Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. In the last episode, we have started our... we have started our glorious adventure by joining the retinue of Theodora von something, the Rogue Trader, and it turns out we are one of the potential heirs for her position. And to actually get the position, we need to prove ourselves. And we have an opportunity to prove ourselves, as the unwashed hordes of the heretics have suddenly burst into the room. So we need to go and check up on the... I believe it was the Armsmaster. I think Abelard is the Seneschal and Mort was the Armsmaster. So, no, don't go yet. Abelard, I'm concerned about the disrupted communication with the Navigator's chambers. We should have already approached the translation point and proceeded to real space. Sorry. Is there anything good in the room? Once we are done with the riot, I want to have a look at the logisticals report. We need to understand what had happened on the decks during the warp jump and the preparations preceding it. Okay, so there is a whole battle going on here. Got it. We are just a small little priest, a tiny little guy who is a support character, and we do not have anything to do with big battles among cool dudes. Is this not where we go? I have a tool that will allow... Yeah, well, we read this before. Okay, I thought this was where I go. I guess the enemies came on this elevator. The massive golden structure never stops moving for a moment. Light bounces off the orbits and figures representing celestial bodies. False advertising? It is clearly standing still. Okay, so never mind. We have to go in... We have to go into the chaos of battle and survive on our own. I hope we get our allies soon. There's a breakthrough attempt! Crew, to arms! Yeah, you guys deal with the heretics. I will pray for your poor, sad souls. Yes, pew pew. I have business upstairs. Okay, the bridges are raised. And there is Mort. Hello, Mort. How are you doing? Doing great, I see. With your melter, I am not surprised. Kunrad Voigtvier lets out a sigh of relief upon seeing you. Thank Providence you're alive and well. Always on time, eh, Conrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it. Conrad, are you in a grand tradition of spy masters, a traitor? Oh, I missed that. Conrad pointedly looks away from the arch-militant to you. Mort, pull yourself together. The arch-militant looks back at you. What, did the Lord Captain send you to Shivias alone? We're all done here. I'll report right away. Mort pulls his box from his belt and hurriedly reports on the situation. I thought boxes were down. Master of Whispers! Master of Whispers! What is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent, the Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant has just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report. Okay, nothing. Nothing new. Voxnet is Vox. I have not yet received word from the Enigmarium regarding any Gallowfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle depth, and the only Voxcasts from the lower base are one-way heretical gibberish. Voigtvier pauses. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny. Mutiny? But who would attempt a mutiny here, in the warp? A mutiny against the Emperor's anointed! Execute your traitors, every last one of them. We must provide immediate assistance to those still on the middle decks. We understand we must stop this wave from spreading. If this is indeed a severe case of warp matters, then the situation is dire. A mutiny against the Emperor's anointed. First, we have to confirm that the breach and Navigator's sanctum are secure, and I have the means to do both at once. Expression changes, and her eyes flash ominously. Theodora looks at Voigtveer. Adult heart, where is he? I must know he's unharmed. Psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons. I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18. Oh, is Adult Heart a psycho? Interesting. Blasted! Master of Whispers, find Adult Heart immediately. Seneschal, locate Flast and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Archmilitant, with me. I must go to my study, and it appears we might encounter heretics along the way. Conrad. Theodora glances at you thoughtfully. If I may, Lord Captain. Voigtveer's voice is soft and cautious. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance. And, if our goal is to bring Adelhard back, I could use some support. After all, I am not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed Archmilitant. And taking into consideration Adelhard's psychic powers... Okay. So this Adelhard is left to us. Sounds like a fantastic opportunity for us to eliminate him. Then it is settled. Conrad, find Adelhard and return here, in any state. This elevator, she points at the massive doors, leads to the restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? In any state? What does that mean? Hear and obey, Lord Captain. I shall do everything in my power. I cannot promise that I won't lose our dearest heir somewhere along the way. Hear and obey, Lord Captain. Theodora waves a hand impatiently. Then move out. Maud, come. So, Voigtveer, are you a traitor? Also, one day I will remember your name, but maybe that day is not today. Voigtveer. Conrad Voigtveer. Voigtveer gives you a nod. Are you ready to head to 18? It's a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear. I shall make do. Lead the way. I have a proposition. Since I'm the more important person here, you can go in the front to shield me from potential threats. No, we are not that kind of person. You had better not fail me. The Lord Captain made it clear that relying on you is fraught with risk. No, let's respect Voigtveer for now. Maybe he's not a traitor and then we will need him in the future. I shall make it do. Of course you will. He rummages in his pocket for something. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant. With a pop and a sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen, and you are consumed by unbearable gut-wrenching pain. Nope, you are a traitor after all. Too bad. I promised you a special destiny, Conrad. It's time to fulfill it. Conrad. Right, Conrad and Conrad. Yeah, I guess I'm a bit slow on that. Conrad, you will perish as my inferior knockoff. The true Conrad shall reign supreme as the one true heir to the Conrad dynasty. So. Don't kick me, you asshole. Oops, mission failed. Careful. We chat with, I guess. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber, and for that I need him breathing. Voigtveer looks down at you. You're back with us, I see. Delightful. What is the meaning of this? Voigtveer, you two-faced scum. You are the one behind this mayhem. How perceptive of you, Conrad. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. Sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but no. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel. Why are you doing this? What is it? Inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel? I have no intention of helping you. I will help you as long as you spare my life. Will you let me join you? We can take the warrant from Theodora together. Absolutely not. What is it? Inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel? On the contrary, the wolf's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Von Valencias. The Sentinel refused to submit to me, but you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for? Oh, is he a mutant? Yeah, I guess that's what would disqualify him from being an heir. Why are you doing this? Why? Because I'm following an order. What is happening on the ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my master sent me for, the warrant of trade. Sorry, guy, I have no intention of helping. I'm afraid that you, Conrad von Valencias, have no choice in the matter. Worked here produces a strange object, a blade without a handle that shimmers blue in the light. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that wolf holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so. To the void with you, I will do as you require, but I will find a way to make you pay for this, you filth, and out threats, I will comply with your demands. To the void with you, I am a proud priest of the Imperium. Skill checks in dialogues. The character's skills affect the results of their actions. A successful skill check can reveal new information and additional lines in the dialogue, as well as influence further events. Skill checks use the character from the party with the highest value of the applicable ability. But maybe gets willpower useful to us. The blade flashes in the dim light, and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment, you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Fight the voice in your head. Get out. I'm not your puppet. Willpower check succeeded. Experience gained. The voices in your head persist in their demands, and yet you feel this unseen chorus momentarily waver under the strength of your resolve, until the intruding influence forces you to your feet and pushes you toward the gates looming in the center of the chamber. Okay, I guess our willpower check did not. We are unfortunately on rails here. Too bad. Them taking over a priest of the... what are they called? They're not Adeptus Ministratum. Ministratum are the bureaucrats. Yeah. The priest. Okay. In the gateway arc, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The servitor turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two amber-like irises. We can examine the device, look back, look for anything that could be used as a weapon. Examine the device. We failed. Okay, so there are rolls, and we were actually pretty close. We could have done it. You look over the gate cogitator. There is little chance that you will be able to discern anything about its design. Like any other sacred machine in the Imperium, this relic is the specialty of the machine cult of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Too bad. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With the screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward, closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Wojtyr wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Examine the sentinel? The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you are used to. Copper thread stitches its skin. The joints are replaced by metal hinges. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything so that the result of their work would serve much longer than the ordinary working automatons. Look for anything that could be used as a weapon. You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or protruding piece of rebar inside. Look back. Did you forget something, Conrad? I suggest you hurry. Place your hand into the Sentinel's wall. The Sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The beat screen of the commutator blinks. Several long minutes pass. Sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever had. Higher levels of caustic tumors. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance? You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the Sentinel? The cogitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Who is this? Yes, I do require assistance. I suppose this is the onset of the warp madness they warned me about. I must have lost my mind. Let's not waste time asking questions. Let's say, yes, we do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm. Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol. Huzzah! Thank you, ancient Adeptus Mechanicus. Well, there's still another way. Oh, you can teleport. That is pretty impressive. Okay. The warrant chamber has opened its doors for the dynasty heir. Time to make sure the sacred warrant of trade is safe. I hope we get some backup, because on my own, I don't think I will do much against the guy. Oh, we have a status effect. Old wound. An injury which wasn't healed in time. Can be healed by a medikit, but it will require an additional medikit check. Okay. The doors. The enormous gates match the importance of the thing they protect. The massive doors are made of heavy metal and look impregnable. Well, okay. That is a mighty impressive document. It is on quite a different scale than I imagined. I didn't think the warrant of trade would be like this. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade. Be the paragon of humanity unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely into the darkness, to unite to triumph for the nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns through pain to greatness. You could let me read it a bit. The server skull's creaking gradually turns into comprehensible words. Support the child of the house to safety. What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me? I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora. I need a weapon. I am utterly defenseless. What madness is happening here? Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by. Are you the Warrant Sentinel? Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by. I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora. Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup, establishing connection. In place of the mechanical screeching, the server skull's Vox projects the voice of Theodora von Valencia, distorted and ridden with static, yet still recognizable beyond a doubt. Voxmaster, restore communication with the Navigator's Sanctum. I'm trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head. Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection. Too bad. I need a weapon. I'm utterly defenseless. Distance from the from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. The server skull goes silent. Its relay is clicking. Second after second passes, and you realize that the server skull will not answer you. Fine, lead me away from here. Are we just leaving the... Okay. Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. The server skull twitches and makes a few clicks. To prevent unauthorized units from reaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured. Cool. Okay. So this thing is incredibly well protected. Much better than Kunrad's thought. Seal the warrant chamber. Okay. Seneschal Abelard Versailles. Okay, Abelard has reported. Cool. Seneschal Abelard Versarian has lost some of his former polish. His forehead is sweating, and one of the sleeves of his coat is torn and soaked through with blood. Nonetheless, despite his heavy breathing, he stands firm and his gaze is demanding, albeit somewhat surprised. Master Conrad, what are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... He surveys the carnage around him. His brow furrows, and he places a hand on his weapon. Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this? Conrad Wojtwier is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here. How did you find me? Are you with the traitor Wojtwier? First one. The Seneschal's eyes widen. What? He intended to take revenge on Theodora for no grudge and become the rogue trader himself. He spoke about defining the warrant with some ritual and serving the gods of the war. I think 2 is more accurate. Serving gods of the war? Conrad is a heretic. Oh, Wojtwier, you void rat. Abelard shakes his head. Madness. This mutiny is like what he's doing, no doubt. Wojtwier openly admitted that he is the mastermind behind the mutiny, unquestionably. So it would seem, but he's not here and we have a mutiny to end. Why don't we leave matters of etiquette for another time? For me as Seneschal, you're asking too many questions. Wojtwier openly admitted. Crook's seed. A little small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal all passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attacks from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you're alive, and now safe, Master Conrad. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. Rogues. A large, half-domesticated reptile widespread in the Imperium. Rogues are most commonly bred as livestock or beasts of burden. Abelard examines you critically. You're in a bad way, Conrad. I can treat your wounds. Have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here. He hands you a weapon. We get sniper rifle, armored body glove, and a Medicaid. Okay. After falling into a trap or receiving damage that exceeds 50% of their total wounds within one round, the character receives injuries. Injuries reduce a character's stats, and if 3 or more injuries accumulate, the character will get trauma instead of a stack of injuries. The number of injuries that cause trauma may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. Also, the character gets trauma if they completely lose health in battle. Traumas reduce character stats and grant an additional negative effect. If fresh injuries are not treated within 5 rounds, they become old injuries. Use Medicaid to restore wounds and heal injuries in and out of combat. After the combat, the wounds of all members of the party are restored automatically, but the received injuries remain. They can be cured with the use of a Medicaid. Old injuries can also be removed with a Medicaid, but require an additional Medicaid check. Traumas can only be healed in the Rogue Trader's quarters on the watch. We got items we need to heal. Of your Lord Captain, whose house each of you swore to serve till last breath, may your souls never lose the faith, fervor, and fire that bolster your hatred for the enemies of the Imperium. Okay. Yeah, weapons exist. We did not get any alignment points yet. So. Sniper rifle. Good to have. We probably still suck at shooting it. Armored body glove. Gives 15% of armor. Does not change our appearance. Sad. Right. So I think with this weapon we have a base probably 50% hit rate. Probably so. Medicare. Contains various cataplasm patches, contraceptives, and synthetic skin applicators. Regains 6 plus Medicare divided by 5 wounds. Also removes bleeding, burning, and poison. Removes 1 fresh wound, or if none, attempts to remove 1 old. We do have good Medicare. We have Medicare of 50 because of 45 plus 5 for being a mini storm priest. So let's try healing ourselves. Use. Use?
Not my specialty.
What? Huh? Okay. Fine, let's look at this guy first. For now. He has Medicare of me at 30. But he has a slightly better ballistic skill and a good weapon skill. He also holds a chainsword. A ballad. The music completely cut out and this feels weirdly quiet. And Abelard is a benevolentia. He is into being nice. How good for you, Abelard, you bloody heretic. Skill-wise, you are slightly good at everything. For a seneschal, you should probably be having much better persuasion, in my opinion. And your doctrine is a fighter. Okay. So you are a melee guy. You have... you are a former Navy officer, so you can give people deflection. Whatever deflection does. And you can charge people. And you do not have a biography, but you do have nice. Okay. How do I heal myself? Equip. No. Can Abelard heal me? I guess. Why can I not heal myself?
You consult the appropriate treaties on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
Oh.
Let's patch you up.
Okay, I guess it had to be Abelard because of a tutorial. Let's see. Abelard notes in satisfaction. That is a noticeable improvement, Conrad. Now you are prepared for the trials ahead. The Lordex are teeming with heretics instigating the rebel revolt, but that is the least of our problems. The ships and forces are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the Middle Decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with Breach and the engineering bay was lost. So apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. Okay. Everything is exploding. But that is not the worst of it all. He pauses when the light flickers yet again. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating ship out of the warp and into real space. In the worst case, they have already lost control of the process, and we all have precious few moments left to live. In the best case, if we manage to reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation, some aboard this vessel may yet survive. What exactly has... Okay, let's go through the questions. What exactly has gone wrong with the translation? I am no helmsman, or, God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I have spent my entire life aboard warships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that Gellerfield has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. We get thrown off course, we'll be forever lost in the warp. Naturally, we'll not have long to live in this scenario. But even so, I do not intend to resign myself to such an outcome just yet. How did you find me? Abelard tilts his head and looks at you with worry. You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Vox cast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. Do you mean to say you did no such thing? I think the Warrant Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber. Warrant Sentinel? He looks at the server skull floating next to you. The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did, and I did not see anything of the sort. The Warrant Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with utmost reverence. I assume that, whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes, and cause the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same? He frowns. Too bad we failed our technique check. I wish we knew more. What can we expect to find in the Navigator Sanctum? During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in the course-charting process. For good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and receive the way, the Sanctum has to be bathed in the energies of the material. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death. Abelard does not bat an eye as he lists all the horrors that you are about to face. I am under no obligation to die of warp mutations. I don't know if there is like a reputation system with the companions yet. I would guess so, but it's not that I actually want to say option number 1, but I would like to see what happens. Abelard sighs before raising his voice slightly. I concur that, under ordinary circumstances, interrupting the Navigator's solitude would be equivalent to suicide. Right now, however, our sacrifice could prevent the demise of a rogue trader, a void ship of the Imperium, and all her crew, armaments, and equipment. The choice is obvious. I heard one of Theodora's voicecasts. Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course. For the Imperium and humanity, lead the way, Seneschal. Abelard nods his approval. Come, Conrad. A wave of static suddenly erupts from the service hull, and you can make out Theodora's words through the noise. To arms! To arms, loyal soldiers and daughters... Sorry. To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might destroy those who had dared! The Seneschal's eyes light up, and he smiles with grim determination. The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for a broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward. Okay, more enemies. Combat begins with 0 round. During this round, characters cannot attack or take other actions, but they can take advantageous positions. During 0 round, you can move each character in your party up to their maximum MP, but no closer than 1 cell to the opponent. The distance may vary in different combats. The deployment round will not be available if you are ambushed by enemies. Click character to move, place start battle when you are done. Okay, there is nothing defensive that I can see. Okay, that sucks. So Abelard goes first. And you know what, Abelard? Go here. Yes. And myself, where am I going to be? I think I will be like a bit safely out of the way. Yeah, I think this is good. Melee weapons make it impossible for enemies with ranged weapons to attack at a close range, unless the enemy is using pistols or shotguns. Melee weapons always hit, but can be dodged. If the attack character is also using a melee weapon, then they will attempt to parry them at the same time with the dodge shell. The higher the difference between the attacker's and target's weapon skill characteristic, the less chance the target has to parry the attack. You can also make an area attack with melee weapon. It will hit all creatures that are in its area of effect. The character in the range of an area attack will try to avoid it and automatically make a dodge and parry checks. The damage of an area attack made by a melee weapon depends on the parameters of the weapon and the character's strength characteristic. Okay, so let me see. You can strike for 14 to 18 damage, or you can slash in, I guess this is a line. Yeah, line is too bad for us. Right? Also, okay, this is not an attack. Yes, this attack does not count toward the limit. There must be at least 2 free cells between. Damn it. There are not. Well, maybe there are. Let's see. How do we do this? Okay,
I'm not interested.
there are two free cells. Okay, and okay, no, this is an angle. Excellent. In that case, I want you to step away so you can do a charge. Like this. One. Characters with melee weapons can make an attack of opportunity if the opponent in the adjacent cell initiates movement. It can also be triggered by some abilities. All characters with melee weapons, including members of your party, can make attack of opportunity. The chance to hit and damage are calculated as for a normal attack. Well, he's dead, so we do not need to do a big attack anymore. Unfortunately, we are too far for Brace for Impact. So we are just going to kill this Heretic Cutthroat. And we are done. Do I want to give you Deflection? I guess not. Maybe next turn. No. End turn. Okay. We get a parry. Action points are used to perform attacks and use abilities in combat. Their amount is displayed on the abilities bar at the bottom of the screen. Each attack or ability requires a certain AP cost. You restore AP to maximum value. The higher the character's doctrine level, the more AP they have. Cool. So we get AP as we level up. The combat abilities of the characters differ depending on their class and your choice during the level up phase. The available abilities are located at the bottom of the screen on the abilities bar. We can right-click to read the full description. Left-click and see, yeah, to get the full ability. Okay, I'll figure it out. I've played games before. I will move up to Abelard, I guess. So. Yes, I will study enemies, which will affect everyone. Except for this guy for whatever reason. How does this work again? Okay, I see. It randomly distributes our int bonus of clue marks. I see, so there is a limit. We only have 4 clue marks and they decided to distribute them this way. And we can do another thing. Suppose I do Deadeye Shots. It will take 2 AP, which is fine since I do not have anything else I can do with 1 AP. Will I be able to kill him? 80% chance. Well, I don't have anything to use momentum for, so it doesn't really matter. Yes, shoot this guy. God damn it. You son of a bitch. Alas, we are currently a bit useless as a support character. In that there is absolutely nothing we can do to actually support people. We're just kind of a shitty ranged combatant. Okay, Abelards. I don't want to go anywhere. Yeah, let's just do a big wide sweep. And kill everyone. Abelard is way better than we are. And charge. This guy is too close. Okay, well, if I moved, I would not be able to hit him. Okay, and then brace for impact.
Victory is imminent.
Whatever does deflection do? Is this listed somewhere? Resolve, dodge, dodge, armor. Actually, let's see. Armor, he has 25% armor. He reduces damage by 25% after damage deflection. Okay. Okay, so deflection is flat reduction and armor reduces by percentage afterwards. He has 25 armor and I have 50% armor. Even though I have my awesome boost from a feature, I thought I had like the origin ability to get more armor. Is this listed somewhere? I thought I was supposed to have like plus 14. So, oh well. It doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't exist yet, or something like that. Let's study enemies again. And let us shoot Why is it showing a line? Is it... Oh, it's one creature. Okay. Interesting. What is the difference between these two? Single shot, effective distance 80%, max distance 40%. I think I do not understand how these work. Maybe do these increase... this is additional damage. Okay, I'm not sure. Let's shoot him. Huzzah! And we get 2 stacks of insight. Oops. AOE attack. Well, let's kill him. It doesn't really matter that we got hit a bit because we restore everything after fight. Unless we get a wound. Oh, yes, fresh wound. By exploring the world, defeating opponents, and completing quests, your character gains experience points needed to level up. At each level, new abilities, talents, improved skills, and characteristics become available to the player. Okay? Companions receive XP and new levels at the same rate as your character, even if they are not in the party at the moment. Thank God. You can manually level up your companions or choose automatic character development. Alright. I believe we got a level. I will do a level up for Abelet first, because I want to see what they provide. Okay, I see. It's in the Doctrine's main. And to get this, I need... Is no ranks available? Okay, I'm not sure what the requirements are. Whatever. Let us upgrade our fighter doctrine. We can get, I think, either an ability or a skill. No, we can get only an ability. What do you recommend? You recommend Endure, which until the fighter's next turn, this costs AP. Until the next turn, all incoming damage is reduced by toughness divided by half, and you get temporary wounds. Your toughness bonus is 4, so reduced by 2. Sworn enemy. The fighter marks a target, gaining 10 plus, so gaining 14 to armor and 6 to damage or melee attacks against target. If the target attacks the fighter during this round, the fighter gains 1 AP. Okay. Reckless Strike. The fighter's next melee attack gains 20% to armor penetration and 8 to damage, and ignores 12 of the target's parry. Every enemy who survives the attack enhanced by this ability attacks the fighter back, including creatures with ranged weapons. Okay, this is pretty reckless. Also, you have Forceful Strike. Gather all strength to blow a crushing strike. The next melee attack has a greater push force. The push force influences the chance to push an enemy and the push distance. Yes, that does seem to be pretty specific. Taunting Scream. A fighter screams at the enemies, trying to attract their attention, becoming a priority target for those who fail a willpower test. Break through the lines. The fighter gains the Slice ability, with agility bonus divided by 2 charges for this round. Slice cannot be used in the same round as Charge. The fighter dashes through an enemy to the cell on the opposite side of the enemy, and makes a melee attack with 50% reduced damage. Yeah, this seems pretty finicky. So, do I want to make you tankier, focus on a target, or do a Reckless Strike? I think Reckless Strike would be quite good with his either AoE, well, with AoE it would be pretty dangerous, but yeah, you have decent strength. Yeah, let's go for Reckless Strike. Let's leave a bit dangerous. Okay, so we get both. And you also get a skill. From being a Navy officer, you can get Demolition, which is not recommended. You recommend either Carouse, which is for skill to resist negative effects and substances and expand knowledge on these topics. Okay, I think in the original RPG, Carouse was for like friendly negotiations. Athletics is your talent at deeds of physical prowess such as leaping, scaling walls, and swimming. Okay, here it's persuasion. And not recommended is coercion. Well, let's go for carouse. Let's have a professional alcoholic on our team. Okay. And for ourselves. As an adept, we can get loads of skills, some of which are pretty useful. Awareness, honestly, would be pretty alright. Our aware... What is our awareness? Our awareness is 40 minus 5? Why is it minus 5? Why do we have minus 5s around here? Okay, I will have to see what is wrong with us. So, hypothetically, our awareness... Actually, no. Let me see it right now. What is happening with us? Why do we have a minus 5? What? Okay, no, our awareness is 40. You know, there is subskin armor. I am supposed to have... Oh, right. 5 plus 8. So 13 toughness bonus to armor. Is my armor just that shitty? You have no armor and ridiculously beefy. And I have 15 base armor. Okay, I think my subdermal implant is just not working or not being shown here. I see. Fine. We can get tech use, we can get logic. I think I would like to get more logic. Although tech use is also pretty tempting. I will go with logic. And ability. Joint study. Until the adept's next turn, their allies' attacks also remove clues and thus deal an additional plus 4 damage. The adept does not gain insight for those attacks. Precise attack. For the next attack against the target with clue, the target's cover efficiency will be decreased by minus... Okay, this game takes ridiculous amount of math. Quick maths. Minus 10 plus... my perception bonus is 4, so minus 2 plus insight percentage. So this is bad unless I even have some insight to begin with. Okay. This will have more armor penetration. It will have, in fact, have 9 armor penetration against the targets under the exposed weakness effect. We do not have exposed weakness. All clues on this target will be triggered, but the adept does not gain insight for them. Sounds bad. Exposed weakness. The adept removes 1 stack of clue from the target to decrease its dodge, parry, and armor by... is this actually minus? Or is this like a dash? No, it looks like a minus. Decrease its dodge, parry, and armor by I think this is supposed to be like minus 18% for 1 round. This is actually good because this is something we can combo with our party members, and I think this is better than joint study because I would rather my allies hit than deal additional damage. Although additional damage is quite alright. Ideally, I want both. This is for next turn, and this is... you know what? I'm going to take exposed weakness, but let's look at the others. Sniping shot. When in cover, the adept gains 25% cover efficiency, 15 perception, and 15 ballistic skill. The effect lasts until the adept moves. Doesn't step. Intimidation. The next adept's non-area effects attack inflicts intimidated status to the first hit target and all enemies in a 5-cell range around the target. The intimidated enemy's damage is decreased by -2 times adept's perception bonus until the adept's next turn. Its negative effect is doubled for enemies with less than 3... yeah, okay. All of this is really finicky. The adept removes 1 stack of clue from each enemy in a 5-cell radius within a 10-cell range. Jesus Christ. If there is only one enemy in the selected area, the adept removes all clue stacks from this enemy. Remove clues grant all allies plus 2 times clues removed percentage of armor until the end of combat. If there are 4 more clues removed, the adept gains additional damage until the end of combat. Okay, this is actually pretty alright. I quite like that. We improve our allies' armor, so like I think we currently give 4 stacks of clues. So if we hit all the clues at a single time, we would get 8% armor and plus 4 additional damage. I approve of that. So it's between tactical knowledge, expose weakness. So expose weakness would be helping us with focusing down a single target by considerable amount actually. Yeah, this is a single reduce by 18 all defensive stats from the enemy. This is increased by 8 from our allies. And we can do this, I think, every other round. So this, we can stack up armor quite well. So what do I take? Since they recommended, when do I take next talent? In quite a while. It's actually going to be absolutely forever until I get the next thing. And there are talents which also key off of clues. Expose weakness costs 0 AP. What is expose weakness? Okay, I see in this one. So you can combo this with expose weakness. Passive loading. This is taking you. This is complicated. Add perception equal. Okay, this is for a precise attack skill. Depth attacks targets with clue. You deal more damage. Study enemies. How is this different? Okay, I actually do not see what is different about this one. Okay, this is sharpshooter would actually be pretty good for us probably. But maybe not. When perception bonus equal or more than 10. This will take quite a while to get. Improve tactics. Tactical knowledge requires 3 clues instead of 4. Okay, I see. And we increase damage by additional plus int. Okay, this was by plus clues removed. Now it would be plus int. That is pretty good. Improvements to expose weakness. This is also pretty good. Right, and there are also base character features. Okay. Nimble, different weapon, experts, and proficiencies, and our mini storm priest features. Right, these are also pretty tempting, I think. And I would like to be using Warhim for something other than momentum, which I cannot even use. This would give allies extra damage for equal to 2 for 1 round. That's not so great. This would give a bonus against demons, right? Proficiency for elder weapons. Okay, so tactical knowledge or exposed weakness. Do I want to focus down one target or improve all my allies? I think I'm going to go for tactical knowledge against their advice. It just sounds good to me. So difficult to decide. So difficult. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go for Exposed Weakness. They recommend it. Who am I to argue? Well, that took a while. Right. And actually, this is going to be the end of this episode. I guess a considerable chunk of the episode was spent agonizing on the level up screen, but for a CRPG, that is probably quite normal. So, next time, we will proceed to the Navigator Sanctum and see what's going on there, and maybe meet the Navigator and acquire them for our team. Thank you for watching. I hope you come again for tomorrow's video, and have a good day. Goodbye.